All right, that's it. Let's get into some game. Let's get into some game on today's show. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get right into the game today. You know, today's show we're going to talk about club expectations. We're going to talk about club expectations because the club scene is a pretty hot thing right now. People are getting back into the swing of the clubbing scene, and a lot of people have strange, sometimes unrealistic expectations when it comes to clubs, be it major or minor expectations. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because somebody put up a video on my Facebook page, and everybody should be following me on Facebook or Twitter. If you're not, go to Twitter, go to or add me at Tariq Nasheed, TariqNasheed. Follow me on Twitter or type in on Facebook Tariq Elite fan page and follow me or add me as your friend on Facebook. But I digress. But like I was saying, somebody sent me a video of a sister. She was talking about how she don't like going to black clubs because, you know, the cats are kind of thirsty, so she likes going to white clubs, and, you know, cats be rubbing up on her. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the clip, and I don't think she was being disrespectful. I don't think she was being disrespectful, but I wanted to play this clip because I think a lot of people have these expectations, sometimes unrealistic, sometimes suited in realism, but a lot of people have some expectations that are out of the norm about the club scene. So let me play this quick clip of this young lady talking about the club she likes to go to and the club she does not like to go to. And the name of the video on YouTube is called Black Men in Nightclubs, The Cardinal Sin. So I'm not going to play the whole thing because the whole thing is about 12 minutes long. I'll play about 2 or 3 minutes of it.
I only really date black men. Not that I only really, but most of the guys I'm generally attracted to are black. But I prefer to party with white people because, in all honesty, you guys don't know how to act.
She's saying the black guys don't know how to act. And again, I don't think she was being... She says she dates brothers, and she's not a bad-looking sister. So she says she dates brothers, but a lot of brothers don't know how to act, so...
Generally feel more comfortable. I do like, pop music and like rock and roll and electronica and techno and stuff like that, but it's more because I know I'm not going to be sexually harassed. And at black clubs, this is the norm. Like, it's almost like a requirement. Sexual harassment applies everywhere. I mean, not just the office. I mean, you wouldn't go up to a girl and be like, hey, can you pass me the stapler, and then touch her on her ass? You wouldn't do that. So why does all social etiquette fly out the window when we're at the club? I just think that you guys are your own demise and you're killing yourself. I mean, maybe not for all women, but if you're, going after a girl who holds herself, with high regard or, is a respectable young lady, there's certain things that don't fly with us. And this is basically me trying to help you. I want y'all to do well. I want y'all to do better. It's like, if you had a booger on your nose, you would want me to tell you, right? So this is basically a Kleenex because this stuff has got to stop. First things first, I'm going to point out a few things. I want to address the whole touching thing. I promise you, if you talk to me, if you, make eye contact with me and stand in front of me and talk to me like a normal interaction, I will hear you. You do not have to touch me. You do not have to put your hands on me. You do not have to put your hands on my waist and put your hands on my butt. You don't have to touch my arm. Just talk to me. I know it's loud in there and everything, but I can hear you. If I can't, we'll relocate somewhere else to a quieter area if I really want to talk to you. But, I just think it is so inappropriate to touch a girl. I don't know if you guys know this, but the butt area, that's technically a private part. If you automatically put your hand on my butt and you are a complete stranger, it's like you've lost your mind. You've already destroyed any chance that you had of me talking to you any further.
That's pretty much it. So she goes on and on, but I just wanted to give you guys a gist of what the young lady was talking about. Let me put my Mac and music back on. So I just wanted to give you a gist of what this sister was talking about. Now I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Some of the stuff, I feel her. That's why I said what she was saying was not really disrespectful. I feel her. I feel where she's coming from. I feel what she's coming from. I feel where she's coming from. Most of what she said is not wrong. Let me preface it by that. Most of what this young lady said is not wrong. You want to be respected. You don't want cats to grab your ass, which is understandable. You don't want niggas rubbing your booty. You don't want thirsty behavior. I understand that. But you gotta have realistic expectations about the club. Now, see, the first thing is what I don't agree with. This is what I do not agree with. The whole thing where I don't like to go to black clubs, so I like to party with white folks. I hear a lot of black folks say that. That's just an inferiority complex when you start talking that shit, because the white clubs ain't really, they don't have that thirsty behavior, but it's not better in terms of just the social element that's there as far as having a good time. There's negative elements in both types of clubs. See, me, I like to go to mixed clubs when I go out. Mixed clubs are cool. I like to go to mixed clubs. And the reason why I like to go to mixed clubs is because people are usually on their P's and Q's when there's different types of ethnicities around. When there's different races around, different cultures around, people kind of, they put their best foot forward to a certain degree, even on a subconscious level. And the thing is, I don't like to go to all black clubs, and I do not like going to all white clubs. I do not like going to all white clubs. See, all black clubs, you go to all black clubs, black folks get around each other, and then some self-hate shit start kicking in. Black folks, young black folks, let me say that. Not all black folks, but a lot of young black folks get around each other, and when it's nothing but young black folks there, all of a sudden that self-hate gene start kicking in, and motherfuckers want to fight and argue and do all types of ignorant shit. So I don't like to be around that environment. When a lot of black folks see it's nothing but black folks, then they feel like they can show out on each other. So I don't like that energy. I don't like that ratchet shit. Older black crowds are a little different, and like R&B type of crowds or jazz crowds or poetry crowds are kind of different. But club crowds, usually the club crowd is a hip hop type of crowd, and that's a certain type of energy because it's hood rat driven. And whenever there's an abundance of hood rats, there's going to be violence. I've always talked about that. Because hood rats draw in thirsty niggas. Thirsty niggas have all that jealousy and envy, and they're mad at cats who are getting played. So it's a whole negative circle that goes on. So I don't like all black spots. I like my spots mixed up a little bit. And I don't like all the white spots because all white spots are kind of goofy. All white spots to me aren't that better. That's why it kills me when I hear black folks talk about how better the white spots are. The all white spots are just not that much better. Usually, motherfuckers are acting goofy in there. The music is whack. The dancing is whack. All the girls are just dancing in one circle, all drunk, screaming, woo! Yeah, the whole vibe is different. And just like the white clubs, you see, the white girls, they go out in packs. You don't have just like one or two white girls going to all white girl club. White girls club differently from sisters. Sisters can go to the club, like one or two of them. They can go out with, 3 friends, them and another girl, or they'll even go out by themselves and still be alright. Because a lot of sisters don't like hanging with too many motherfuckers as it is, too many other women. But see, with the white girls, it'd be about 13 of them in a pack. It's the girls' night out type of thing. It's a big event for them motherfuckers to go out and be all hugged up on each other, dancing around, campaigning for attention. That shit is corny to me. At the mixed clubs, it's a little bit different. The white girls come in and they kind of tone that shit down a little bit. They have a little more swag when they go to the mixed clubs. Because see, when people are just around themselves, the people in their own culture, they kind of, they let their hair down a little bit and just act a damn fool and don't have as much decorum as they would around other people. So again, I wish people stop trying to make it seem like these white clubs are all that much better. They're just not that much better. The music is horrible at these clubs. These motherfuckers be playing Flow Rider all night and shit, and the old shit. And they be bumping this. They bump this in the club all night. Woo! Get low! Fucking Flow Rider! Get low! They be trying to rap and sing to the shit. Get low, dude! Get fucking low, dude! That shit is corny as hell. It's irritating. If they play Flow Rider all night, or they be playing the Black Eyed Peas and shit. They be like, man, is that? Woo! Let's get it fucking started, dude! Singing with the record. Let's get it fucking started, dude! I'm cool on that. I really wish y'all stop trying to make it seem like these clubs are that much better. They are just not. Let's keep it 110. But what this young lady was saying in the video, what she was saying about sexual harassment, about dudes holding onto her waist and grabbing her butt. I feel that, because dudes shouldn't be doing that. Niggas shouldn't be grabbing ass. I can understand you having your arm around a girl's waist because sometimes the vibe is there, the chemistry is there. Because the thing is, what she was complaining about is a guy that she's not attracted to holding her on her waist. A woman, if you're attracted to a guy, ladies, you wouldn't mind the guy holding your waist or getting some type of intimate, not too intimate, but some type of intimate camaraderie with you at the club. Some kind of touch, if you're interested in a guy. If you're dancing with a guy or whatever and the guy holds your waist, and if you're attracted to the guy, it's not a problem. This woman is talking about she don't want a motherfucker who's touching her who she's really not interested in. That's what she's really meaning to say. Because the thing is, let's keep it 110 about the club, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is what I want to do for you. I just want to bring clarity to the game. Because this young lady, I feel her. I understand where she's coming from. But you have to understand the reality about the club. Ladies and gentlemen, the club ain't shit. It's that simple. You can try to make more of it than what it is, but the reality is the club ain't shit. It's a not shit environment. It really is. The club ain't shit, but the thing is, it's a place that ain't about shit, but you can still have a good time. And you know why you have a good time? You have a good time knowing that this place ain't about shit. So you don't expect nothing. You don't have any lofty expectations. You're not trying to meet Mrs. Right or Mr. Right. You're in there trying to have a good time. This place ain't shit. I'm making the best of it while I'm here. I just want to let my hair down for a few hours. Just get away from the realities of life and just come to this not shit place and just have a good time with some of these not shit people. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that. The problem is, people have the mentality that the young lady in the video had. You go in there with too many expectations, you're not going to have a good time. You go in there thinking that people should conduct themselves in a manner that the environment does not support. The environment does not support real upscale behavior at a club. Let's keep it 100. Now, again, I'm not trying to excuse ratchetness or niggas fondling females and acting extra thirsty. There's never a reason for that. That shit is corny anywhere you go. That shit is corny anywhere you go. But the thing is, too many people go to the clubs looking for something that's not there. A lot of women go to the club expecting dudes to treat you like Claire Huxtable, and that's just not that environment. Just think about it. Most of the people in the club ain't about shit. Most of the men there ain't shit. Most of the women at the club ain't shit. That's a harsh reality. Everybody just say that to yourself. Anytime you're about to go to the club, just say to yourself, look, most of these chicks in here ain't about shit, but I'm going to have a ball up in here. If I meet somebody who's cool, I can have a good time with temporarily, that is what it is. But going in there thinking that you're going to get some real fly shit, or you're going to meet the next Michelle Obama at the club, you're going to be very, very disappointed. And this goes for men and women. And again, you have to look at the environment. You at a club with a bunch of people who ain't about shit. And on top of them not being about shit, they all campaigning for attention. So there's social issues going on in everybody's mind. People in the club campaigning for attention, men and women. You got niggas in there flossing, skinny jeans, some of these niggas with their bellies out and shit. And the women, you got women with their asses out, titties out, expecting a nigga to roll out the red carpet for them on some lovey-dovey cupcake shit that they just met. It's not going to work like that. Also, compound that with most of the people in there are drunk. So now there's alcohol in the mix. So you expect people to be on their P's and Q's with all these elements going on? So the thing is, man, don't have unrealistic expectations about the club. You're going to frustrate yourself having unrealistic expectations about the club. You're just in an environment where a bunch of people ain't about shit. And another thing, don't go in the club acting like you're above the ratchetness, because that's what this young lady was doing in the video. And again, she sounds like she's a cool young lady, but she's going in the environment acting like she's above all that ratchet shit that pops off. And you're not really above it. You right there in it. There's a reason why you up in there, because you looking for something. You dig? And sometimes that in different points in our lives, we do shit that ain't about shit. We do things that ain't about shit. Because right now, when you go to the clubs, if you're in that clubbing environment, and I'm talking about people who go to the clubs on a regular basis. I'm not talking about for like a special event or a special engagement. And that's understandable. Every blue moon, you get together with your people and you go out somewhere. That's a different thing. I'm talking about motherfuckers who are clubbing. Every week, they're clubbing. You in a not shit mode right there. Right now, you're not really that serious about certain things. You're just on that not shit vibe. If you're going in and out the club on a regular basis, and hell, I ain't been shit. I used to hit up the club all the time. I wasn't husband material at that time. And none of those females were wife material. Just think back at some of the people you met at the club. Think back how those relationships popped off. Were they really wife material? Were they really husband material? Most likely they were not. You rarely meet people who say, hey, I met my wife or I met my husband at the goddamn club. You rarely see that. The club is a place at a point in your life where you ain't about shit, but you can have a good time. But the thing is, don't go in there acting like you're above the ratchet behavior. You right there in the mix, and people are not going to treat you like you better. See, that's the thing. You're no better than the people that's there. If you're in a spot, especially a spot that you frequent a lot, don't start talking down on the place if you keep fucking with that spot, because those people are looking at you saying the same shit probably. And you get frustrated because you think you're above them and they're not treating you like you're above them. So you get frustrated and say, oh, fuck them, they ain't about shit. These niggas ain't shit, these bitches ain't shit. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And again, my biggest concern is people thinking, like this young lady, thinking that you're going to go to the white club and it's going to be better. Especially sisters. A lot of sisters think that. A lot of sisters think that. Sisters, you end up being the token chick at the white club. And that ain't about shit either, because I know the game that those drunk white boys be spitting at you. Sisters, you ain't fooling nobody. I done heard that drunk white boy game. You at the club, at the white club, you done got in, and you the only sister in there, and all the drunk white boys running up on you with their shit, and you hear that whack music. Woo! What's your name? What's your name? LaQuisha? Nice to meet you! You're hot! They all yelling over the music. Anyone ever told you you look like Gabrielle Union? You're fucking hot! Let's get it started, LaQuisha! Woo! That ain't no better. Don't even pretend that shit is better. It's not better. That shit is just as corny as them thirsty niggas. So I'm just saying, let's bring things and put them in perspective, ladies and gentlemen.